A LR set on family tree and ages is asked as a doubt. If you're wondering where are the doubts asked, we have a Telegram group, Takshzila Study Circle. It's a public group. You can search for it and you can join it for free and you can ask your doubts there. About this doubt, it's a good set to try, hence I'm bringing it here as a video. It's not an easy one. The clues are such that they will scare a person quite a bit. At the same time, it's not very tough. So it's a good set to check how well prepared you are. You might end up taking a lot of time, more than 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. That's okay. But you should be able to get it. It is only 6 people. 3 generations. The 6 people tells me that the scope is not very large. So that should not be a reason why you should not be able to do it, even if you take more time. And once you take more time, then the next thing is, how do I reduce that? That is where the explanation will come into picture. That is your learning from the set. But that would work only when you have tried it on your own and you compare it with how I'm going to solve it. If you don't try it on your own, you are not going to have those learnings. You're just going to watch it as an observer and you're not going to see the challenge why someone might end up taking 25-30 minutes in it. Okay, so I'm out of the screen, pause it, try it, only then continue, or else it's no use, students. So I'm assuming you would have done that. I'm going ahead and explaining it. So 6 members, 3 generations, don't miss out any word. Different years, so everyone's age is going to be different from 2002 to 2022. Ages of the person is calculated on the base year, basically in the year 2023. The language isn't great, but it's manageable. It's an actual set from an exam, so I did not tamper with it. So in the year 2023, this guy will be -2, 21 years old. So 21 is the maximum age of anyone. A person born in 2022, in the year 2023 will be 1 year of age. So the minimum age will be 1 year. A very valid question that can come in someone's mind is, does this mean there is someone who is actually age is 21 years and the youngest age is 1 year? It's not clear. And I don't have an answer, and this is very common in LR sets. A doubt creeps in. Is this a possibility or not a possibility? And you are not very clear with the language. There's no point getting stalled. Just continue reading it. Keep it parked for some time. Maybe further clues will give you an answer to it, or maybe it might not be relevant also at the end. So you can't just stop over there. So I'm continuing. The clues start. Age of Q spice is a prime number. S is son of O's son. So there are clues about family tree, the relation, and about their ages. Prime 1, ages of oldest and youngest is 15 years the difference. So I'll try to first focus on the family tree and then later on the ages. Okay. So, but I'll try to write down as much as I can. The age of the Q spouse is prime number. So Q is married. So, but I don't know the gender. So I'll just put a block over here. Blocks help me a lot. Okay. And this is prime. So I'll just make a note. Okay. S is son of O's son. Now this tells me a lot of information. S is son of O's son. So S is the son. Son means he is a male. Males are denoted by rectangles, female by this. Of O's son. So what I'll say is O is married. Now this is the letter O is married. Again, I don't know the gender. So this is one couple which is married and they have a son. Okay, son means a rectangle. Okay, and the son has a son. So son is also married and has a son, and this son is S. Now you might question whether someone having a child, does it mean that that person is necessarily married? It's a reasonable assumption in these questions. Again, my point is, don't make your life miserable, right? So go ahead with it. If I come up to a solution inside of 10 minutes and I go to the questions and the options don't match up, then I'll worry about all such out of the normal kind of a situations. First, I'll just go with normal situations. And this clue is a big clue, students, for me. This is my base clue. I can directly write here without seeing anything. Why? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Out of the 6, 5 are already here. So I just need to add one more to this group. So hence I said this is my base here, right? The moment I find it, okay? The difference between the ages of the oldest and the youngest is 15 years, which is equal to the sum of Q and S. So the difference between oldest and youngest. So I would always write it, students, yeah, just because I don't want to go back to the whole text again. Youngest, the difference is 15. And this also answers the question of, is the oldest one exactly 21 and youngest exactly 1? Had that been the case, then the difference would not have been 15. So this is lose in the sense that need not be someone in this year. It could be anywhere in this range. Not necessarily the ends are 2002 and 2022. Okay, and this is also equal to the sum of Q and S. So I'll again repeat to myself, Q and S is 15. That is, if I know the eldest, I know the youngest. If I know youngest, I know the eldest. If I know Q, I know S. If I know S, I know Q. I'll quickly see, oh, Q I have already marked, but I don't have anything to work right now. S also. Oh, S is the third generation. Okay, so S is very less. So S would be towards the less part. So Q will be a little more. Okay, so let's continue. Now, N is the sister-in-law of the one who is 4 years younger to the oldest. Now, this is a little problematic. One, people have a fear of sister-in-law. I'll explain it today. You should never have a fear after that explanation. So N and the sister-in-law is the same one. But this clue is a little tricky. Sister-in-law of who? Who is 4 years younger to the oldest? So a lot of data here. So again, I'll go very slow, students, here. I'm going to say there is someone who is the eldest. Okay, so that's the X years. Okay, so this is X. That means there is someone who is also X minus 4. 4 years younger, right? 4 years younger to the oldest. And N is sister-in-law of this someone. So this someone and N. N is sister-in-law. Sister means female. So this is the relation that I have in age. So there's an eldest who is X years old. X minus 4 is also present and sister-in-law. And now how do I handle the sister-in-law as a relation? For sister-in-law to be there has to be a couple first. In-law, no? So in-law means there is a relation through marriage. So marriage means a couple is there. Now, who is the sister-in-law? Sister-in-law typically is the brother-sister. So there's a brother-sister here. And the moment I read this, I know that there's one more person left and that one person is the brother-sister. So you know, it's the family tree will almost get done types here. Okay, so that brother-sister. Now, so if it is a sibling of the wife, so I'm saying this is N is sister. Now we know N is a female, so N is a sister of the wife. Then she is a sister-in-law of the husband. So husband will be X minus 4. So I think this is very significant, that use of that X minus 4. It gives me a lot of calmness in mind. Okay, but N could also be the sibling of the husband. So N is a sibling, and in this case sister of the husband. So N becomes sister-in-law of the wife. So the wife is X minus 4 now. But that's not all. You know, N we know is a female. N herself could be the wife. N herself could be. So N is a part of the couple. So then how can she be also sister-in-law? Obviously husband's sibling. Now the sibling could be anything, male, female, I do not know. So this is x minus 4. So we have any of these three. So this is the only three ways in which sister-in-law could be there, students. Either as a, or broadly two categories, either a part of a couple, then the spouse has a sibling, or is the sibling of one of the spouse. Okay, so this helps me. Okay, so there are three in a generation. So this is 3 in a generation. So 2 to 1 of them will be 3 to 1 or 2, 3, 1. That would account for 6 people. So almost there, but I don't know whether it's in the first or the second generation. Let's continue. The number of persons were born after R is same as the before Q. So the set, this is where the set is getting tougher and tougher. These clues are tough, students. Eventually the set might be easy, but these are what scares one off. And this is again a very unusual clue. I do not know how to handle this. The only thing that I know in any clue where someone to the left of or to the right of are equal, and remember it is not left of the left one, right of the right one. It could also be the other way, left of the right one and right of the left one. Whichever way, if that is equal, the only way that I know is think of an order, the order in which they are born, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in this order, I can just say Q and R, these are the two people, are equidistant from the center. So this is the way I am going to use this clue, if at all I have to use. So it is getting into tougher areas now. The ages have still not come. So yes, one would have a feeling of, is it really, am I arriving somewhere or no? But you need to reach the end before you do any conclusion. M is married and is R's nephew. So this nephew, just like sister-in-law, is a troublesome thing. But for us, it's helpful because they build a bigger block. So M is a nephew. So M is a male first. Whose M is married and is R's nephew. So now look at this nephew word. The moment nephew and niece comes in, there's a parent and there's a sibling. So nephew, niece is from sibling and the son, kind of a thing. So what do I know? M is a male. Okay. M would have parents. M would have parents. Okay, so parents is a couple, and the couple is going to have a sibling. And this sibling, since M is a nephew of R, so the sibling is R. So this thing, students, makes it very, very easy, the set. So this is one block. This is another block, my base, and this is a sibling, a third block. And these three I can fit in. So M is married also. So M is a part of a couple. So where do you think this M is? And M has parents also, a couple. So obviously we are not talking of M being the older generation couple, because then there would be someone above it also. So M is going to be mostly this guy. This is the parent and this is that sibling, and that sibling is going to be this kind of a relation. So the tree is pretty much clear to me now, students. M is a male married to some female. M has parents. Okay, so this is that M. So the parents of M are O and someone. O being the letter O. Okay, the letter O, and married to someone. I do not know who. And then there is a sibling, and that sibling is R. Now that sibling, so let's see. Look here now, who is the sibling in the first one? In the first one, the sibling other than the couple. So this is the couple and this is the sibling. So here we are talking of this. So this is N. So it is unlikely this row. How about this is a couple and N is the sibling. So this row is also unlikely. But here this is the sibling and this is the couple. So this seems likely. I'm again going to go ahead, take my chances. There are a few more clues left. It will fit in over here. So we are talking about N and someone is the couple, and we know one part of the couple is O, so it's N and O which is the couple. I also understand that N is the female, so O becomes the male, and this male has a sibling, and that sibling is R. So that sibling is R. So now M and M becomes the nephew of R. And this is my tree done, and we know that M here, that has an S as a son. So at least my tree of 6 people are done. It's 3, 2, 1 in different generation. Let's finish it quickly. The difference between the ages of O's sibling and O's son is same. O's sibling. Oh, so what I just did seems perfectly well, because O has got a sibling and the clue tells us a sibling. And O's son. So the difference between R and M is same as age of Q's son. So Q's son, oh, where is Q now? This is the only person left, Q's son. Okay, so this difference is equal to son. Good enough. Q we also had, Q here, Q is a prime, the spouse is prime. So Q spouse is prime. So family tree is done, some differences are done, right? Let's continue here. The ages of N and O is a multiple of 7. Okay, so now things like this is very easy, student. Make things very easy. N and O can only be multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21. We can't go beyond 21, students. Okay, the number of male and female is equal. 6 people, male, female equal 3 each. So we have 1, 2, 3. So R has to be a female. 1, 2, 3. Genders are also identified. The sum of ages of M and S is same as R. So I also have M plus S is R. Right now I haven't got anyone's age. M plus S is R. In fact, this relation, we said the difference over here is the S. So the difference between R and M. So if you take R over or take M over here, okay, R minus M is S. So this is actually a repetition of this one. Okay, there's no new thing here, right? So this is tough. And N is older to O. Oh, so N is older to O. So now, to wind it up quickly, students, what we missed from this part over here is this case. So this is X minus 4. So R is the one who is X minus 4. So the oldest one is X and O. And it's again a reasonable assumption here that anyone from an older generation is older. Someone in a younger generation is younger. So the oldest is amongst them, but it's not R. Because R is 4 less than the oldest. So oldest will be between N and O. And between N and O, N is older to O. So N is the oldest one, students, X. N is the oldest one, and between N and O, you know that it is this. Now N, can it be 14, 7? Remember the difference between eldest and youngest is 15. So you can't have the eldest less than 15. So N is the oldest, which has to be 21. Okay, so the oldest is 21. So this one is 21. So if X is 21, this one is 4 less 17. Okay, if eldest is 21, the youngest is going to be 6. So the youngest over here is this, is going to be 6 years old. Oh, the difference between these two is 6. So this 11 is the prime one also done. Okay, this 11 is also done. And if the son is 11 years old, the father has to be more than the son. So O has to be more than 7, right? More than 11 and a multiple of 7. So this has to be 14 and cannot be anything else. So, and what else? Have we missed something? Q plus S is 15. So if this is 6, this has to be 9. So that's my answer. I've got the ages of everyone and I've got the family tree also in one flow through it.